Welcome to the Daily Grind, a Bluff City Media daily podcast. Stepping up to the microphone is your host, Luke Hatmaker. Grab your favorite morning brew and let's get to the show.
Okay. Welcome to the Daily Grind. I like that. Kenny, if you're watching, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I don't know. That threw me off my game. I'm your host, Luke Hatmaker. That awesome intro. If it didn't say this is the Daily Grind, grab your favorite morning brew. I got two, that rhymes. It's Monday. We're down Uncle Buck this morning because it's spring break. He's got the kiddos. He's at some undisclosed location in Florida. Hope you're having a good time, brother. But I got Parrish and I got Rusty with me. How we doing, fellas? Good weekends?
Yeah. Good chill weekend. Lost an hour of sleep. Still recovering from it.
I had a lot of driving in my weekend, but it was a good weekend. Nice time not working anyway. I guess we can say that.
Yeah, man, anytime not working is good, I would say. And any time where you can spend your weekend with no sleep or not, if you get two Grizzlies weekends, God, I'm off my game. Two Grizzlies dubs out of the weekend, that's pretty good. We won't talk too much on it, but they did win Friday. Let's start with that. When they won against the Dallas Mavericks, who only had 9 guys in the rotation. We're not going to touch too briefly on that one because it's fine. But the game last night against the New Orleans Pelicans, when they won 107-104, this one, this one almost got away from us there. And
it's those pesky second quarters, man. They continue to be an issue for us. And thankfully, we were able to make adjustments. We held them to 15 points in the third quarter, only to hang an 18-point fourth quarter. It was one of those in weightlifting, we call it a prom date lift. Like, it's not real pretty, but it gets the job done. And that's what last night was. Not real pretty, but it was a win regardless.
Yeah.
Damn.
After losing 4 in a row and 3 of them pretty much in last second fashion, it's nice to win 2, because even the Dallas game, we won by 11, but we were down by 3 with like 4 minutes ago. Remember that? So game was closer than their final score, way closer. Like, we won about double digits under 30 seconds.
That Dallas game, I'm glad you said that, Parrish, because that Dallas game, you're right. They were up with 4 minutes left, and it was a different game in those last 4 minutes.
Right. And so this game, it was just nice to see. Yeah, it was close. Yeah, it was another New Orleans team that had a lot of people out as well. It was just nice to see us finish a game that we had finished since the Suns game, 2 weeks ago. So it was just nice to see that. Nice to see Ja Morant making shots, shooting the mid-range jumper. Like, that's what we had for 6 years. But hey, never too late, man. So shout out to him.
He finally laid off the threes a little bit. I mean, he's still shooting them at a historic pace for Ja Morant, but he got in the mid-range, hit that floater a little bit, attacked a little bit more last night, especially. And I'll make a statement, man. I may get some heat for this, but like, he didn't play great offensively yesterday, but Brandon Clark continues to be one of the best defenders on this team and makes winning basketball plays. And all the nerds that were not, I admit I included him in a couple trades, but it was begrudgingly.
It's for contract purposes.
Exactly. Brandon Clark is a vital part of our success, especially defensively. And it was back-to-back games where BC made big plays late for us defensively to help us close out games.
I think one thing that's been really telling in these 2 games without Jaren, who he's closing without Jaren and without Santi in particular, because the Dallas game, for example, Santi was playing. He was closing that game out up until the last 4 minutes, and then I guess he re-aggravated his calf, pulled him out, and then it was Brandon. I sound so Southern. Brandon Vince, Jaw Dez, and Luke. Yeah, I believe. Jalen. Was it Jalen?
Jalen. It was Jalen was closing out.
Those 5 closed out that game, and then last night the exact same.
Same.
And they've
the
best defenders, and Scotty's been in there to like kind of give them whatever little break they need before the final 4 minutes. He did it last night where he's just in there just to give them some any sort of defense.
And then you got Desmond Bane, who has been taking over the last couple of games. He's averaging 26 points a game his last 5 games. I saw a stat this morning. If I was a good co-host, I would have bookmarked it, but it was kind of sleepy when I was pouring my coffee. But it's like Desmond Bane, LeBron James, Giannis, and somebody else, the only players averaging like 25, 8, and 5 over the last like 8 or 10 games. Like he's just playing at an unbelievable level, offensively, stepping up with Jaren being out. Him and Ja were kind of feeding off each other last night. I think it was the third quarter where we kind of got it going, and
Dez to go the first
in the third quarter. Like he just couldn't hit threes, floaters. He was getting downhill, and it was like late in the third quarter where he got the ball up at the logo, and they had Kelly Olynyk on him, and like you could just tell, like he took 2 dribbles and then just leaned in all the way to the rim and got that floater to go, and it just felt like Dez was not going to let us lose that game.
No, it was. I mean, what they had, I got it from it. It's 62 points between them. 62, how many assists? 14 assists, 13 rebounds. That's awesome.
Yeah. I think Dez had 8 and 8. I want to say he had 38 and 8.
39 and 8.
9 and 8.
9 assists. Yeah. Or 9 rebounds, 8 assists.
Like, I mean, and you look at the box score yesterday, and it's like, you're not going to look at this and be like, oh, the Grizzlies had a good team win, because, I mean, nobody else, there wasn't anyone else that, like, overly, I would say, the only other player in double digits was Scottie Pippen Jr. You know, like it was just, this was a Ja and a Dez game. We did get good minutes from Jay Huff, which I felt like he'd been out of the he'd been out of the rotation for a hot minute.
He's always said he's there if you need an offensive spark.
Yes, which we needed yesterday.
He scored 8 points in like 2 minutes.
2 minutes,
He's
crazy.
gonna do that.
Which
you need that sometime.
You need that sometime, especially without Jaren and without Santi. You need something. You need some kind of offensive spark. It was nice to see Jaren on. Like Jaren looks. Oh God, knock on wood. Looks fine. I mean, he looks okay out. I mean, he's up. He looks still as he looks as invested as he was when he just wasn't playing. Like he's still on there. He's still the first guy up, which makes me feel
that's
good.
Always been how he is, though. You know, he's that guy that's always like leaning in and showing up. You know, I said when it first happened, like a grade 2 is like a 3 to 6 week, but don't be surprised if they rush him back. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he just misses last week and this week. We don't really need him until this weekend. I say that, knock on wood. We got the Suns tonight, which is a team that we beat. It's hard to beat a team 4 times, but we've had good luck against the Suns. We got the Jazz on Wednesday. Dear God, hopefully we don't need Jaren on Wednesday. But then the Cavs and the Heat this weekend. And so I wouldn't be shocked if we saw him back this weekend, but it's going to be some limited minutes, especially early on.
Yeah, we need him back, obviously, but we have shot the ball really poorly. Really poorly. We have shot the ball from beyond the arc is what I'm looking at. Our 3-point, I mean, we were 27% last night.
Yeah. I don't think that's the highest we've been in like 2 weeks, though.
It's been very bad. And I don't know why is
I know the problem.
Yeah, what's the problem? Give it to me, Parrish.
You got non-shooters taking threes.
Ding, 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 ding.
You're starting point guard taking 12, 10 threes, and he's only hitting 1 or 2.
Thank you.
Bingo. Next.
Dude,
But that ain't just him. I think Vince Williams technically may be considered a shooter.
1 of 8.
Struggling.
1 of 8.
1 of 8. Struggling. So not just Ja. If just get Ja out of smoke for shooting trees, but Jens ain't hitting. Even Luke, man, he didn't play last night, but he ain't been hitting lately either. And
he just
supposed to be his specialty, right?
Like that's what's so frustrating too about Luke. Like, yeah, he hadn't been hitting them, but he's still not taking them. And so, like,
your
best 3-point shooter is not taking them. Other guys are going to have to take those shots.
Also, Bang need to take more 3. Now he's doing great with that, driving and getting to the bucket. But I need him to take. He took 8.6 threes a game last year. He's only taking like 5 something this year. So we need him to take more threes. Like
he was 2 of 8 last night, but this is what happens when Luke and Dez aren't taking enough threes. Is then you're going to get guys like Vince and Ja. They're going to take more. Like honestly, the guys that I want taking like 6 or more threes really falls down to Desmond, Jaren, Luke, and Jalen. I would trust
Jalen. Yeah, he struggled last night, but I don't mind. I didn't mind him. His shots look good, right? When
they look good. They look good.
It looked like it was about to be good, and he just missed it. So
there were several last night where they like rattled like 3 times and they popped out.
Vince Williams had like 3 of them.
Lots of honeycombs last night. I mean, Ja and Vince were 3 of 16 from beyond the arc last night. Really not
spit out my coffee.
Sorry. Well, there was that one play where Ja took the 3. offensive rebound, back to him. Took the 3, missed the 3 again. Offensive rebound, back to him. And I was just like, I was watching with Kyla. I was like, don't shoot the 3.
Oh my God.
See, so I made a funny joke last night, but it seems true. I said Ja from 3 is like Shaq from the free throw line. He makes them when you count in the clutch time, but he's not good at it. Yeah, Shaq used to make free throws like in clutch moments. He'll make them. And Ja, last night he clutch 3 to tie the game up.
That's it. He hit that one against. He was like 1 of 12 against Phoenix, and that was the only one that mattered. Yeah, that's a good point, man.
It's which I guess I'll take it. I mean, as long as he makes those that count, I guess I'll take it.
Can we talk about how he tried to end some careers last night when he reached back to Biloxi for that dunk? And if he'd have made that, my God, man.
I said add that to the collection of what if he made the dunks.
That's another one of those what ifs, like the Wemby after the whistle or some of those other big ones that he missed.
Don't want to know what if that happened. That
didn't happen. That would happen.
We got the offensive rebound, but man, if he'd have hit that dunk, oh my goodness, he was trying to end a career.
Yep, and it was Trey Murphy, right? Yeah.
Well, it was a collection. It was Trey Murphy, Kelly Olynyk, and Messi were all kind of around the ball.
Dan there jump from the free throw line. What he wants to.
Yeah. Like I said, he reached across state lines to come back with that dunk, but he just couldn't finish it.
It was so. Everybody in my house that was watching the dogs, Kyle and me, we were all like, whoa. It was just great. Hopefully we get one of those tonight. I mean, we're talking about the game tonight. They do play the Phoenix Suns tonight, second night of a back-to-back. I haven't seen the injury report yet, so I'm not sure.
They won't come out to like one.
So I don't. Do you know? Do we expect Luke back? Do we expect Santi back? I don't.
Santi maybe. Luke
Santi was out.
This is gonna be weird. Yeah, Santi was like he's had that calf soreness, and if he re-aggravated it, he'd be iffy. I would imagine we'll probably get Luke. Because
Santi wasn't even doubtful or questionable.
He was out.
Straight up out.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe Luke's questionable, Santi doubtful, maybe, or maybe both questionable. But I don't think we'll have a clean report today.
I mean, the question is, will anybody be added to it? It's the real question.
Bingo. Yeah, that's a good point. Because we're going to need everybody tonight. I mean, with this same Phoenix Suns team that I said was really, really bad a couple weeks ago.
They still in a way. They still got Kevin Durant.
They still got Kevin Durant. Yeah, they do. They still got.
Last time we played them, they scored 148. So
they took 151 points to beat them last time, and it's they're a team that can score and score a bunch. Like I said, it's hard to beat a team 4 times.
And then we beat them 3 times, right? Man,
they beat 3 times. And they beat who they beat? They beat Dallas. They beat Dallas yesterday too. So they're on the second. I guess they played on the daytime, so they're on the back-to-back, but a couple hours rest. Yeah,
a little bit more rest than we are.
Well, both teams got travel, so they had travel from Dallas. We got travel from New Orleans. So yeah, but yeah, a couple extra hours of rest they got.
Yeah. It's interesting. This Phoenix team is. I mean, they're out of play-in right now, and I don't know if you're them. I mean, they're a. You know what?
They're probably going to catch Dallas.
yeah. That's
at this point, it's probably likely.
Very likely.
Dallas is a poor Dallas.
They're a game and a half behind Dallas for the 10th spot. Don't look now, though. The Grizzlies are 1 game out of the 2 seed. Lakers and Nuggets are tied.
They both lost.
We're 1 game behind them. They both lost. We're 1 game behind them, but we're 1 game ahead of Houston for the 5 seed. So we're hanging in there with our 2-game winning streak.
And LeBron's
out for a week or 2.
You know he's going to come back on the 29th, though. Like, that's going to be his game to come back when we play him, and he's going to go for like 39. That's just how it works.
That's fine. We have Jaren back.
That's it. We got Jaren back.
So last thing I want to talk about this game, because I want to talk about football a lot with you guys. Do you want to see – what do you want to see out of – is this an Edey game? I'm trying to figure out – because Edey was, 6-12 last night?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm trying to figure out. It's clear the way that they're using him and whether this is how they should be using him or not. It's more like it's situational. They don't trust him enough to close with him, nor should they. Brandon Clark is who you close with. I mean, they've been doing that half the season.
Defensively.
Yeah. What do you want to see from Zach Edey tonight? Who we got? Drew Eubanks, or is he gone? I don't even know what big.
I know they started Bo last time they played.
Oh, that's right. And
last 2 times they played, they started Bo.
And he had him a
Nick
game.
Richards.
He's had 2 games. So Phoenix is much more athletic. This would be more of a Jaren Santi BC game if we were fully healthy.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to roll Edey out there. And then I think you could take advantage of it. Like, I would love to see tonight be the night that Kleiman promised me where people are going to have to account for Zach Edey. Like, we need to work on post-entry passes this offseason until we're sick of them. And Edey needs to work on catching post-entry passes until we're sick of them. Yeah. But, like, this could be a game where Edey could impose his will simply because he's going to be the biggest lug on the court, but we'll see how our fearless leader uses him tonight in the game plan.
We got to, I mean, this Phoenix team, as we saw last time, they do have guys that can make the 3 ball. I mean, Grayson Allen can make a 3. And if there's anything we know, it's a lot of teams, we overhelp more often than not and give up a lot of.
I mean, that really gets at me too, because like even in the games, not even that. I'm talking about the overhelping. Like last night we was up by 6, and they overhelped on a layup attempt and gave up an open 3 when you up by 6.
Yep,
give up the layup.
So we still haven't learned our lesson from the next game, man. Like you give up the layup to tie the game, not the 3 to win. Like we still haven't learned our lesson. No,
that's math. That's just
still haven't learned our lesson.
Yeah,
that's math. If I had one thing that I don't want to see, I don't want to see any overhelping tonight, which is going to be tough because it's Kevin Durant.
That's going to happen anyway.
It's going to happen tonight. It's going to happen a lot tonight.
That's going to happen anyway. That's just who we are.
You're absolutely right. I don't even know why I said it.
Especially when Jaren's not playing. Like when Jaren's not playing, we're going to overhelp like nobody's business when we don't have our free safety back there.
Yeah, everybody's going to be like Jesus when they don't have Jaren. I hope we win tonight. It's going to be if it's like we were saying, if we can win tonight and if we can win Wednesday, heading into Friday's game against Cleveland, after dropping 4, you get those 4 back. That's 4. I feel
2 home.
2 home.
2 wins at home. After losing 4 at home.
Yeah. And one of those is the TA's jersey retirement on Saturday. You know, like
exactly.
I feel like I said. Wednesday, the Jazz aren't even trying, so that's the team that we should be able to beat. Like we've got it; it's right there. But we had it last week in the homestand, but it's right there. You just got to go get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I said, man, on TA retirement night, I need to see somebody jump over the table.
Yep.
I need to see our first team all defense. I need all that
holding the finger up, I need somebody to dive into Brenda in the first row going after a loose ball. Like that's what I need to see.
Yep, man. Oh God, I can't wait. Can't wait for Saturday. You know who else can't apparently wait for anything to happen is the NFL free agency, because as the temporary period ends, I mean, what's going on over there, guys? Like,
temporary started yet.
It ain't started yet. But we've got Devontae Adams going to the Rams. We've got DK Metcalf. Where did he go? Going to Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
We got Josh Allen getting the most guaranteed. Got paid. Miles Garrett getting paid, going back to the Browns.
Now, Miles Garrett is a funny dude, man.
It is funny. Like he's all about. I want to go somewhere where I can win championships. That's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Did you say $40 million?
Yeah, you know what?
Just kidding.
Let's talk about them first. I kind of want to talk about all these. What are the Browns doing? Because how much money they got between Deshaun and
I guess Deshaun is his contract coming off next year, I believe. So
yeah, but it's just silly because Myles Garrett made this whole big deal about leaving, and put out a whole statement on Instagram and like the whole thing.
Had interviews,
the Titans requested an interview, and he said no. Like had interviews, was looking to go away, and then the Browns called it. Look, we'll give you $40 million to come back, and all of a sudden he don't want to win a championship anymore.
Man, and I just don't know.
Offering to hit.
What do you? I don't know. The Browns are a poverty franchise. The out of these 2 receiver moves, Adams to the Rams and DK to the Steelers. Well, why did DK one out? You think? I like DK Metcalf.
Gino got traded. Gino got traded.
Shoot, I didn't even.
That's quarterback Sam Howell.
That's what
him and Tyler Lockett were like, they released Tyler Lockett, and they were like the one for like
long time.
However many years he's been in the league.
Yeah, and he gets an opportunity to go play with Russ or Justin Fields, whoever's going to be there.
They got no quarterback either right now.
I guess it's fair, but it's better. It's still better than Sam. It's better than Sam Howell. Is kind of I think is kind of what that writing on the wall was. But to go back to your question, I think it's going to be Devontae Adams, because Devontae Adams now goes to Matt Stafford, who has shown that he can carry 2 top 12 receivers, right? Like he's been able to carry Puka and Cooper Kupp for so long that now, which he could be your long lost brother, Luke, but now he's got Devontae Adams and Puka. Like that's a pretty good receiving stable for Matt Stafford out in LA.
Man, and
that's solid.
Any sort of rumors that I know there were rumors circulating that Stafford might be out of LA. They want him there, it seems, and especially
they already agreed to extension or something.
Did they extend him? Man,
that's like last week.
The big if there were any dominoes to fall quarterback wise, who the Raiders were going to get was a big one for me, and now that they have Geno. It looks like we're doing Seattle 2.0 down there, maybe. I mean, I don't know. They got Pete Carroll and they got Geno Smith.
Running it back, and we'll see.
Well, we know Seattle gonna make them. They're gonna get somebody. They're not gonna roll with Sam Howell.
Who
I think they're talking a lot. A lot of teams are meeting with Aaron Rodgers, so we'll see what happens.
I wouldn't be surprised if one of the Pittsburgh quarterbacks ended up back out there. Wouldn't be Russ, but maybe Justin Fields. Maybe Fields they take a flyer on Fields out in Seattle. I wouldn't be surprised if Fields also had some conversations with the Titans. Like there's going to be a lot happening over the next few weeks.
Yeah,
maybe somebody gets traded from the Titans to one of these places,
which is important to know because the Titans are
to make room for our number 1 pick.
I was going to say they got that number 1 pick right now.
Yeah.
So, man, let me just ask you guys this. I got 2 Titans fans here. I mean, I wasn't. This was not on my agenda. You guys got the number 1 pick in the draft. Ding, ding, ding. Roger Goodell calls. Who you guys want?
Cam Ward.
Yeah.
I said this since I knew we had number 1.
Yeah.
If we stay at 1, Cam Ward, if we get a veteran quarterback, whoever that may be, I would love to trade back and get Abdul Carter from Penn State. That'd be my 2. Those are the only 2 guys that I want: Cam Ward or Abdul Carter.
Yeah, I
think we're gonna get a veteran and draft Cam Ward.
And I don't hate that scenario either. I don't.
Oh, that's a good idea. So you do the whole Alex Smith Mahomes thing,
and then we move Mayo Boy off. He can go do man for somebody else.
I don't want both of them on the same right. It doesn't make sense. Like because you draft him. We'll never say competing with him for the start job. So at that point, you need a veteran.
Then you don't have to go get the white whale, right? You don't have to go overpay for Sam Darnold or try and get it like an Aaron Rodgers. Like you can land somewhere around the Justin Fields, like a more reasonable
Jameis Winston,
a more reasonable free agent quarterback because you've got Cam Ward, so you've got 2 options. But if you do overpay for Sam Darnold, then I don't know that I want to go ahead and go draft a Cam Ward immediately, because then you're in the same situation that Atlanta was in. Go get a pass rusher or somebody else that can help.
They pay for Sam Darnold. I'm probably finding another team.
Yeah, I don't love that.
It
don't
sucks.
Love that idea.
Doesn't that seem like the Titans the most Titans thing to do though?
It would be
do all this stuff and then go out and do that.
We got a new regime, man. I'm a believer.
I need proof, man. I need hard evidence. Like it's all lip service, man. Like just with anything, you can tell me until you're blue in the face, but until I see it, I'm not gonna believe it.
Speaking of that, Rusty, it's so funny. This is like the first offseason where I'm not truly locked in on anything. Like all in the offseason, I'm like, oh yeah, we signed him. This year, I'm like, draft Cam Ward number 1. There's anything else y'all do, I ain't gonna be happy. Whatever y'all do, I don't care.
I'm right there with you. I've lowered my expectations very much. So then that way, anything that happens, I'm pleasantly surprised. It's not like I'm expecting us to go make a splash or do anything. I'm just like, whatever happens, happens. I'm happy about it.
Oh, man. I'm so glad I don't have to deal with this anymore. I'm so glad I'm a Bears fan and we had to deal with this last year. I'm just like, you know what? It means this offseason we can just quietly sign 2 really good O linemen, and I'm like, yeah. When you sign O linemen, nobody talks about it, but I don't care. Yeah, we did. Jesus.
Yeah, I need to. So yeah, that was good for y'all because y'all traded for the guy from the Patriots, didn't you?
Yep.
Or someone.
Chiefs.
One of them teams. Chiefs.
Yeah. The Chiefs. I got Joe Tooney.
Joe Tooney. Oh man.
Yep.
It don't matter. It don't matter unless Caleb Williams has an arm in his purse. It's not going to matter a whole lot.
Shut your mouth. We're going to take a break. Thank you for hopping up, Bears. We'll let you get out of here, brother. You enjoy your day. When we get back, we're going to talk about Mondays and we're going to talk about lasagnas. No Caleb Williams slander. We're going to right after this break. See you, brother. Thank you.
All right.
Tune in to the 2 Buck Sports Show with Rusty Witten and Drew Gann every Tuesday and Thursday live at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Yeah! I'm getting real good. Right. I just don't have to do anything anymore. Kenny's just
Nailed
made my life so much easier. I'm like, I don't got to do, just got to press buttons. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. It's Monday, and Mondays are for lasagna around here. We honor Garfield the cat on Mondays. I got him on my desk. He's a goat. This is him with a basketball.
Oh, I love that.
And this is him with coffee.
Have I ever told you about my when I was a kid growing up? I had the Garfield garbage can. I had the Garfield phone in my room. I had the Garfield coffee mug pen. Yeah, I had one of those old phones that had like it was like a corded phone, and you pulled the phone out of his back, and that was the phone in my bedroom. It was never plugged in, but it was more for decor. But it was Garfield the cat.
Man, corded phones. God, that's awesome. Garfield the cat room. I was at a gas station yesterday, and this guy I had a Garfield the cat shirt on, and this guy goes, he rolls the window down. He goes, "Where you get that shirt?" And I go, "Target." And he goes, "Bet." He just drove off.
In my mom's bathroom, if you walk in her bathroom, like she used to cross stitch when we were growing up. I've got a fish one in my bedroom that she did for me, but she did a Garfield one, and it says "Big Fat Hairy Deal" on it, and it's him with like a coffee mug and pajamas that she cross stitched. So I'm gonna see if I can get that for you, Luke. I'll ship that to you. I got him choked.
You made my day. I got really happy. Anyway, on Mondays we talk about him because he hates Mondays and he loves lasagna. And I think it's a really good idea to talk about what we loved and we hated from the weekend, because we got to talk about the good, got to talk about the bad.
That's right.
I can go first. My Monday, we had sickness hit my house, dude. And it's Uncle Buck had it a couple weeks ago, came and hit us this week. The kiddo has had 102.5 degree fever. Anytime it gets that high, I'm just like, he's dead. I told him when he got up to talk, I was like, "Brother, we thought you died." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, we were calling it. I just thought you were gone." So that's my first Monday. My second Monday is this time change. I hate it. My body just like, it's really hard for me to, the biggest thing that I don't like is the sun wasn't up when I got up to do my show today. It has
changed. It has certainly changed.
What is that? Then my lasagna, I'm rambling. My lasagna was, I read a lot this weekend. I've been trying to read more. And one of my New Year's resolutions was just read a book a month. And I'm behind. I haven't finished my February book yet, but I've got one chapter left. I'm about to finish it, and then I'm going to go into my March book. And I really like reading. I like getting up. I like having my coffee outside, reading a couple chapters. It's nice. It helps my brain.
I'm here for that. I'm the same way. I love to read. I think I've read I'm an avid reader and I'm a fast reader. I think I'm on like book 15 already this year. I just love to read. It's just something I do. I just love picking short books and scary books, and so I'm right there with you.
Hell yeah.
My lasagna was my grandfather, my papa. I'm fortunate enough, I'll be 38 next week, and I've still got 3 of my 4 living grandparents. And one of them turned 89 on Saturday. And so I went to South Central Mississippi, where I'm originally from. We got a little cattle farm down there. And so I hung out with the family and did some work on the lot inside the pasture, and did some work around the cows, which is always fun. And we had some fish and just hung out celebrating my papa. Again, he's 89, and you could tell he kind of thinks this might be his last birthday. So he's really sentimental and mushy for a guy who's always been, not like very that stern is not the right word, but more reserved. Stoic is a good way to describe him. He was a logger for 40 something years, and not a big emotional guy. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Cattle farmer, cross country truck, did it all. There's not a piece of machinery he can't run. So happy birthday to my papa. He turned 89 on Saturday. So that was my lasagna. My Monday is we're sitting around on Saturday. We got done with our work. We're hanging out at the house, and our land butts up to some cousins' land. And one of my cousins was doing like a controlled burn on some underbrush. And we're all sitting around, I'm a few adult beverages deep on Saturday afternoon, just kind of hanging out with the family. And all of a sudden we get a call from Chad. He's like, "Hey, the fire's getting out of hand. Can I get some help? I need some help like now." And so we all bolt out of the house, go running out there. And sure enough, he was trying to do, and this happens every year when he does this burn. It always gets out of hand. It grows. It's supposed to be just a little bitty underbrush fire. All of a sudden, the whole pasture's on fire. So we're out there with shovels, throwing dirt on it, trying to get it to stomping it out, keeping it off of the blueberry bushes, and the peach trees, and all the things that are in his bee colony, and all this stuff is in danger. And we're all running around thankfully, We got it under control. We did not burn up all of Clark County. We were able to get it under control and back to our adult beverages and laughing about it after. But Chad, God bless him, like he was sweating, like smoke tinge, just like running around exhausted, trying to put this fire out when the reinforcements got there.
Shout out Chad. Man, you said controlled burn. I was like, I know where this is going.
Got out of hand.
And then you said blueberries, peaches, and a bee colony.
Yeah, I mean, it was all at risk, man. And the problem is, like, it's all pine trees down there, so it's just tinder. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll burn in a hurry. And it'll get out of hand in a hurry, and it never fails. Like, you go to do a controlled burn and you light it, you do what's called a back burn. You light it on the back end of the wind so it'll blow it into the area you want to burn. It never fails that as soon as you light it, the wind's going to swirl and push it in the wrong direction. And that's what happened.
Every time. Oh, Chad, if you're watching, be better.
We'll do it again next year, buddy.
There you go. I might come next year. That sounds fun. It's fun. I'll be like, how does this always happen, Chad?
You ever see it was like that old, like, what was that? There was that, there was a movie with the firefighters that they drop into the brush fires. Like, I can't remember. Anyway, that's what it felt like. Backdraft. It felt like I was like in the midst, like helicoptering in, like a badass with an axe and like raw. And really, I'm just rolling up on a 4-wheeler with a Natty Light. So it is what it is.
Shout out Natty Light too if you're watching. We're always looking for sponsors.
Yeah.
That's gonna do it for our show today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Kenny, for the new intro, the new logo, for the new background. Awesome. This looks dope, dude. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for watching. Go enjoy your day. Have good days, everybody. Have a good day at work. If you're on spring break, take it easy. Go party. Woo! We will be back tomorrow, Rusty and I. Maybe. Yes. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow talking about the Grizzlies win. Hopefully, knock on wood.
Grizz dub next.
Grizz dub. If we can leave you with anything today, like we tend to do, just remember these 2 things. Remember to be a little weird, just a little bit. And remember to smile. Smile, everybody. Have a good day.